ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदताम् ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 24, beginning from verse number 1. In the previous chapter we studied how the wives of Brahmana, they fed Krishna, they came back, and then the Brahmanas, they felt very repentant because they understood their mistake, so they prayed to Krishna to forgive them, and they praised their wives, and they said that we are bewildered by the Maya of Bhagavan, therefore we were not able to give the food to them. And after that they had very great desire to see Krishna, but they did not go to Vraja. So didikshavo brajamatha kansad bhita na cha achalan. They had the wish to see him, didriksha, but they did not go. Why is that? It says Kamsad Bhita, out of fear of Kamsa, so they did not move. So this is a very important statement, because this happened to many of us, and I keep on hearing from people that yes, I should do it, but I have a fear. Right? So there is always some fear. Why? That is unknown, you are saying. So there is always fear. Fear of what? Fear of Kamsa. So the word Kamsa comes from Kasi Dhatu, which has different meaning. So one of the meaning is to destroy, means also to go, means to control, to rule over. So this is the fear, that we think that we will lose our independence, or we think that something will be lost, destroyed. And therefore, although we know that this is good, Nidrikshavo, to see Krishna, which means to take to bhakti, to take to spiritual life, is good. Many people understand with their logical mind. But then when it comes to doing it, then they become like the Brahmanas. So nacha achalam. They made, cha means they actually moved a little bit, then they stopped. Because this fear came that what will happen to me. So we have some attachments, and we think our attachment will be lost. And then what will happen to us? How will we survive without our attachments? Although attachments are only giving trouble, but we like trouble also. What is life without trouble? It will be quite boring, right? People think like that. So therefore they feared to go. So when you have to go to Krishna, then sometimes you have to drop this too much logic, too much calculation. And this fear was, as we read in the commentary, he said that actually it was bhaya bhas. It was not real fear, it was a semblance of fear. Means it appeared to be fear when there was no fear. They assumed it. Like in the dark you can start thinking there is somebody there, there is a ghost hiding here. So there is nothing, but you assume, and then you start fearing from your own assumption. So you create a ghost out of your own mind, and then you fear from that ghost, and then you don't take action. So this is what keeps people in the material world and not take to devotion. So therefore it says Kamsad Bhita. So this Kamsa is there everywhere, and the biggest fear is fear of death. And then we have small fears. Fear of, basically what is fear? Fear means fear of losing something which I have. Means I assume that in future I can lose this, therefore I become fearful. You have a job, suddenly there is a crunch, they are firing, then you start becoming fearful. What if I lose my job? It may not happen, but you start already fearing. And when you have fear, then you cannot take the step. So this is what Brahmana's story is teaching us. So now we enter into chapter 24, where Krishna shows that how he protects when people are in fear. He is ready to lift a mountain. In Hindi there is a saying like this, "Usne pahad utha liya." Means he lifted a mountain. So Krishna lifted a mountain to protect the Vrajvasis from the fear of Indra. So from the rain and hailstorm, he protected. So the Brajvasis, they had this faith in Krishna. Brahmanas did not have this faith. So therefore they did not go. They did not think. The wives of the Brahmanas had that faith. Therefore they went. They did not fear what will happen. So that's what faith means. So faith is very important. Otherwise Krishna says, Samshayatma pranashyati. Agyascha ashradadhanascha sanshayatma pranashyati. So if you are asradadhana, you don't have shraddha, then you have doubt, then you don't take the step. So here Krishna shows, right after this sloka, Didrakshavohat Brajamat Kanshad Bhita Nachachalan, then he shows how Vrajvasis, they do not fear, they take shelter of Krishna and he protects them. So from this protection, of course, people start thinking, well, I am sick, why is not protecting me? This is another thing which comes to mind, people. I am having this problem, why he is not protecting me? So first of all, we are not surrendered like Brajvasis, that you should know. And second, that protection does not always mean that he gives protection from material problems. Actual protection is that he protects your bhakti, protects you from deviating from path of bhakti. That is the real protection, because material things will be lost anyway. No matter how much you hold on to material things, whether they are material possessions or material relations, they will be gone. Actually, at every time, every minute, every second, we are separating from whatever we have. The separation is not going to happen at one particular point in time. It's happening now also. We don't notice it because we are so much engaged in those things and we think we possess them, but they will be taken away. Everything, whatever you think this is mine, one day will not be with you. This is guaranteed. There is no doubt about it. No one can change it. No power, no science, no technology, nothing. No one can protect. So this will be gone. So therefore there is no need to pray for that. If it has to go, let it go. But we should pray for that which we really want to have, and once you have it, it will never go. Neha vikram nashosti pratyavayana vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So that is what we should strive for. That is actually the intelligence. This is the true intelligence, that when you work for something which is permanent and not for something which is temporary. Because when you work for temporary, you are losing two ways. One is that you are working for that which will be lost. Second is that you did not work for that which will not be lost. So adhruvani parityajya yo hi adhruvam nishevate. So dhruvani tasya santakta adhruvam nashtam evacha. So a person who works for adhruva means temporary things. So he says, and gives up the permanent thing. So he says he is lost from both sides. He says what is temporary will be lost. He is already lost. It just looks as if it is not lost. He says nashtameva, it's already lost. And adhruvam you have given up. Dhruvam you have given up. The permanent you have given up. So this is the stupidity of material life. People think so and so person is intelligent, this person is intelligent. Where is the intelligence? If they are not working for spiritual life, if they are not working for devotion, if they are not working to attain Krishna Prema, where is the intelligence? Tell me. Give me one logic. This is the intelligence, and we will cut your argument with a sharp sword of double edge, both sides. Will cut you by hitting you and will cut you while bringing it back. So know this for sure and have no doubt. Therefore, come under Govardhan. So let's read Govardhan-līlā. Argument is coming. Some brave soul is giving an argument.
No, it will just be a question. So when you said that we are afraid to lose our attachments, I was thinking that's quite stupid. And then I thought, then I was thinking if that's because of avidya, as you were saying in the morning. Yeah. And then you spoke about then you started speaking about Shraddha. And then I was wondering how then my conclusion with this, or this conclusion with that comes from avidya, goes together with what you then said about Shraddha. That means
your
knowledge.
Conclusion goes along with avidya and Shraddha together?
Yeah, how? So that fear comes because of avidya.
Yes.
But it sounded like as if you were saying that the fear is there because there's no Shraddha.
Yeah.
So how do avidya and Shraddha?
They go together. Not avidya and Shraddha, avidya and lack of Shraddha.
Yeah, yes.
So avidya and ashraddha, they go together. Krishna himself says agyascha ashraddhadhanascha samse atma vinashati. First he says agya means ignorant. This means full of avidya. And then he says ashraddhadhana. So then that is the outcome. No shraddha. And then next thing is samsaya, doubt. And when you have doubt, you cannot make decision. Right? That's what doubt means. So then you are lost. Because you don't know, go this way or that way. Okay. So, sloka number 1. Sri Shuka Uvacha. भगवानपि तत्रैव बलदेवेन संयुतः अपश्यन् निवसन् गोपान् इंद्रयागकृतोद्यमान्. So now Bhagavan api said here, api here signifies that coming to the story of Krishna in Braja. So he says he was in Braja and then one day he saw, along with Baldev, he was with Balram, and then he saw that there was a lot of preparation being made. Gopan Indriyaga Kritodyaman. They were very busy running around here and there, gathering different items, preparing. So Apashyan Nivasan Gopan. So he saw this and he saw that these Brajvasis, they are busy in something. So although here it is said Indrayag, that is to explain to us, but he is going to ask what is this going on. So this is a custom in India, and it used to be that they used to perform this Indrayag in Kartik. It is performed on Kartik Pratipada in the bright fortnight. So this was just a tradition, and it is done to Indra because it's after the rainy season, so Indra sends rain, so to please him, to thank him. So Devan Bhavyata Te Deva Bhavayantuva. So you satisfy the Devas, then they will satisfy you. So then life continues like that. So now Krishna, he wants to stop it because he wants to show, like we saw in the previous chapter also, and we saw the contrast between the Brahmanas and their wives. So that was a contrast between karma and bhakti. That was one way of seeing it. So here also Krishna will give some arguments, because Bhagavatam's main purpose is to establish Param Dharma. In other books, Dharma has been explained. So here Param Dharma, which is Bhakti, that is what is established. So here he will perform this pastime to show the superiority of Bhakti, and therefore he will ask these questions. Another point to be noted is that this Leela actually happened later. This is not in order. So first we saw the stealing of the dress of the gopis, and that, if you remember, happened in the month which comes after Kartik. And Govardhan Leela was done in Kartik. And Rāsa-līlā was done before Kartik. So in Rāsa-līlā we will read that when Krishna disappeared from the Rāsa-līlā, then gopis imitated Govardhan Leela. They were imitating in separation from Krishna some of his activities. Somebody became Yashoda and trying to bind another gopi who was like Krishna. So then one gopi was lifting piece of cloth, saying this is Govardhan, like that. So that means Govardhan Leela already happened before Rāsa-līlā. But Rāsa-līlā happens earlier to Kartik. So Rasa Yatra. So that means this already happened, Govardhan Leela and then Rasa-līlā, but in between we see stealing of the dress, which happens after Govardhan Leela. So it is not in the same year, it's in a different year. Means stealing happened, then next year happens Govardhan Leela, then happens Rasa-līlā. And the Brahmanas feeding, that happened in the summer time, if you remember. It was very hot. So that happened after Govardhan Leela. So it's a little bit out of order the way it is being explained. So now the commentator says, Sapitra saha sanlapya makham vyadhuya vajrinah chaturvimse girindrasya makham pravartaya dharihi. So in this 24th chapter, there is a description how Krishna, he will talk with his father and he will stop the yajna which was being done for Vajrina, means Indra, who has a Vajra or thunder bolt in his hand. And then he will start the worship of Girindra, which is Govardhan Parvat. So that's the story which comes in this chapter. So Gosthasya Sthanyam Nivasan Sa Bhatribhi Sah Nanda Indrayaga Sambhara Siddhyartham Gopan Udyojayamas. So Krishna, along with his brother, they were in a place outside the Goshala. This is generally done. This yajna used to be done near Govardhan, in the foothills of Govardhan hill. So he saw that Nanda Maharaj, he was engaging other gopas in collecting different raw materials, because it was a very big yajna. So a lot of things have to be accumulated: rice, barley, and then wood, ghee, yogurt, sesame seeds, and other articles. So then food articles, sugar, honey, jaggery, water also you have to collect. So now they have to prepare it for a few days to do that. It's not that it's a small thing. because all the Brajvasis came there together. So therefore, Nanda Maharaj, because he is the chief of the cowherd people, so he has appointed different people to gather different things. They also have to be stored properly, also protected. They have to be cleaned for offerings. Should not have worms in it or some other articles mixed with that. Everything has to be pure. So there all these big arrangements were being made. So Bhagavan api tatraiva nivasan indrayaga kritodyaman gopan apashyaditi sambandha. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he was also staying there. That means they were all camping, or at least some of them were camping near Govardhan. So Balram and Krishna, they were also there, and they saw that all these cowherd people there doing all these big arrangements. So therefore he asks them about it. So tadabhigyopi Bhagavan sarvatma sarvdarshanah prashnaya unnato pritchad vriddhan nanda purogaman. So although he knows everything, because it is not the first time it is happening, it was also done previous year, so he is observing it from his childhood and he remembers what they are doing, but now he is acting as if he does not know. So sometimes people ask questions like, although they know, but they will ask question whether they want to test whether this person knows or does not know, or they want to get out some more thing from him. So he also has that intention. He already has a plan. So he goes to Nanda Maharaj and other elderly, because elderly people in the village, they sit and they guide others. They will put a cot, sit on that, and then say, do this, do that. Some people are needed like that. So therefore, Vriddhan Nanda Purogaman. So elderly Gopas, which are headed by Nanda Maharaj. So he bent to them and he is very humble. Prashraya Avnata. So out of humility, he bowed down to them. Krishna is paying obeisances to them and he asked them. Although he is Sarvatma, he knows, he is in everybody's heart, Sarv Darshana, he sees everything. Still he is asking. So he is not in avidya, but he is acting as he has avidya. So purva varsha drishtatvat tasya abhinjyo api sarvatma. So although he has seen these yajnas happening in the previous years, and therefore he understands, yadyapi antaryami swarupena, and although he is sarvatma, means he is also the Paramatma of everybody, so he understands that. So indrayage swameva prayarayati, and it is he who is giving them the inspiration to do it, being Paramatma, matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Right? I give the remembrance. So he is reminding them that you have to do Yandrayag as Paramatma, but still he is going to ask them. Tadapi lila kautuka. Why is he doing it? For the sake of his lila. That's what we said, Narvapu, lila Narvapu. He has this human form to perform his pastimes. Iti artha. Sarvam Indra Garva Khandana Saptarat Paryanta Priyajana Sahevasa Vilasadik Udarkam Pashyati sa. And his Sarva Darshana. So Sarva Darshana means who is already foreseeing what is going to happen. That he is going to smash the pride of Indra, and Indra will come and worship him, and he will lift the hill for 7 days, and all the devotees will be together under the Govardhan. So all this he is foreseeing. That is the meaning of Sarva Darshan. So this is what he asks question. So he is very intelligent question, straight, clear, no rambling, no wishy-washy, no this. should learn from him how to ask question. So he says, Kathyatam me pitah koyam sambrahmo va upagata kim phalam kasya bodhesha kena va sadhyate makha. So one after. So he asks 4 questions. He says, oh dear father, please tell me, what is this big arrangement that you are making? For what are you doing it? Kim phalam, and what will be the outcome of this? And for whom are you doing it? And who is going to do it? So 4 questions. What are you going to do? What is this big arrangement being made for what? And what will you achieve from this? And for whom is it being done? And who is actually going to execute it? So therefore, when you do something, you should be clear about things. That why am I doing it? Not because so and so is doing it, so I also do it. And this is what people do. Everybody is having a tattoo now because somebody had it. So then another person has it, and another person has it. But if you ask them, why are you having it? So what will the people answer? Why are you having it? No, because that person has. So some celebrity first has it, right? Yadya dacharti shrestha tattvadev. Some big person, famous person. Big person means famous person. So he will do something. He will have some haircut. Then everybody has a haircut like that. Or he will wear some cloth or something. And everybody starts doing that. So they don't think, why am I doing it? Okay, he is doing it, he is being paid for it. He is making money, right? And generally people in the film industry, they start it. Or those who are in the fashion industry, they start it. But they get paid for it. They don't do it free. Because they want to sell it or they want to make something popular. So they get paid to these people who are famous. But why are you doing it? Kim phalam? What is the benefit? And then after you have done it, you should think, did I get that benefit? So this is, we should be clear about it. That's why he is asking this question, that you Brajvasi, you old people, you are busy doing all this and you are going to burn all this into fire. So is it really intelligent that you burn so many grains and so much ghee into the fire instead of eating it? Which is better? That you burn it or you have some big bhog for Jagannath Bhagwan? Right? So therefore he started it. He said, stop it. Why waste all this? So makho bhavishyati tat siddhyartham sambhramaiti chet. So now if he says, well, we are going to do this makha, this yajna, and it is for that all this sambram, all this running around. Sambram means running around here and there. Bring this, bring that quickly. We don't have much time. Tomorrow is the yajna. Now this is missing. Why you didn't bring that? So then everybody runs. So he says, yeah, this is. So now he says, kimatra phalam. Why are you doing it? And for whose pleasure are you doing it? Kasya uddesha. So because when you do yajna, it is done for some specific devata, right? So devata uddesena dravya tyaga yaga. Yaga means that you do dravya tyaga for the sake of some devata. So who is the devata for this? And ko devo atra pujyatvena nirdishta. Therefore he makes it more clear. Who is the devata who has been appointed or who has been understood to be worshipped here in this Yajna? And kena kartra karnena va. And who will do it? So who will do it means it has 2 meanings. One is the person, which person will do it? Are those brahmanas from Mathura going to come or what? who didn't give me the food. Better don't call them. So that is one meaning. Other meaning is instrument. By what instrument are you going to do it? So agent. So ko means who will do it. It could mean the agent, kartra, and or the current, the instrument. So both ways it can be taken. Etad bruhi mahan kamo mahyam shushushave pitaha nahi gopyam hi sadhunam krityam sarvatmanamiha. So if Nanda Maharaj says, you are just small boy, why do you want to know all this? Don't worry, just stay here, you will get some sweet rice to eat. Just go and play. It's not for you, it is for all elder people like us. So he said, no, please tell me, because I have an intense desire to know. I am really curious. Mahan kamo mahyam sushrushave. So sushrusha, as you know, has two meanings. One is wish to hear, shrudhatu, san pratyaya. So one is icharthak, and then we also saw the sutra upasne, shruva upasne. So means I also have a great desire to worship, but I want to know whom are we worshipping. So sushrushavai can apply both ways. Sushrushavai pita. So Father, please tell me. And if Father says, well, not everything is to be revealed to everybody. Certain things you have to keep to yourself. Right? If you do some work, don't advertise it unnecessarily, because some people will just create trouble for you. So he says, those who are sadhus, there is nothing secret for them. So nahi gopyam hi sadhunam krityam sarvatmanam, because they see everyone as equal, sarvatma. So then Nanda Maharaj says, but we are not sadhus like that, we are grihasthas. So we also have to keep some secret. Right? If thief comes to my house and he says, tell me where is the money, I am not going to tell him. If I am a sannyasi, I will tell, okay, I don't have money, I only have this danda, you can take it if you like. And this kamandala is there. So means those who are grihasthas, they have different achar, those who are sannyasis, they have different achar. And one should not imitate. Krishna says, par dharmo bhayavah. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. Pardharmo bhayavaha. One should understand one's own dharma. Dharma means here in the material world, how you have to deal, what is my conduct, and not try to imitate someone else's conduct, which does not apply to me, and I will be in trouble if I do that. So therefore, he says that we are not that kind of sadhu, sarvatma, seeing everyone equal. That is for sannyasis. So then he says, okay, if we are not like that, then he says, astyasva paradrishtinam amitrodasta vidvisham udasino arivadvarjya atmavatsruiduchyate. So he says that they, sadhus, they do not make any distinction. Asti asva paradrishtinam. They don't think this is mine, this is others. And amitra udasta vidvisham. There are three types of people in this world. There are those who are mitras, friend. There are enemies, and there are indifferent people. So these three divisions are made for people in general. For a sannyasi, everybody is same. So he says, we are not like that. So he says, udasino arivat varjya atmavat sruhiduchyate. One who is indifferent, he should be avoided like an enemy. So he makes two divisions basically, friend, enemy, and indifferent. So he puts indifferent in the category of enemy. Because indifferent person can be deviated by the enemy. He is not aligned with you. If enemy says, well, why don't you listen to me? and then tell something against you, then his head will twist, because he was neither this side nor that side. And this is when Kurukshetra war began. That's what Duryodhana and Yudhishthira Maharaj, they were doing. Many people were just indifferent. They have no concern. This is a family problem. This is a fight between cousins. Some of them were together. Some were on the side of the Pandavas. They are their relatives or friends. Like Krishna is there on the side of Pandavas. And then the others were indifferent. So they went to indifferent, and whoever went first, he came to that side. So now Kauravas are 100 and Pandavas are only 5. So that's why Kauravas got almost double the army, because they approached so many people. He said, come, these people, they don't deserve it, you be on our side. He said, okay. So therefore he says indifferent should be avoided like an enemy. Atmavat sruidochyate. And one who is with you, who is like yourself, that is called Suhridar, with good heart. So there is a nice commentary on this. So he says, Nanu balakasya tav kimetat prashnena. So Nanda Maharaj says that you are just a young boy. What do you have to do with this? All this type of question. Why don't you go and play and eat some pakoras? So then he says, Tatraha mahan kamo abhilasho mamatra vartate. So he says, well, I have a great abhilasha, I have a great curiosity to know. So curiosity has to be satisfied, otherwise it keeps on troubling you. Or yadva mahan kamo yusmadadinam atra drishyate. Or mahan kama refers to them that you seem to have a great wish to do it. So I am very eager to know what is this. It is your mahan kama. Ateva tam mahyam sushrushave sushrushum mam prinitum ityartha. So therefore I am very eager to know. I will be satisfied to know that. So rahasyatvad anati kovida balakadishu vaktum anarham iti chet. Well, this is a secret. It cannot be told to children like you. You are not grown up yet. So don't worry about it. When you grow up, you will know that. Balakadishu vaktum anarham iti chet tatra swasya ati kovidatvam ukti vachitreva dyotanahati. So then Krishna, he speaks very smartly and he says, you think I am a boy? Listen how I talk. And then you will understand that I look small, but actually inside I am big. Right? Sometimes in India they say that this boy has got beard inside his stomach. Those people who are children who are very small, कहते हैं ना पेट में दाढ़ी है इसकी. So it means he is very smart. So Krishna says that I look small, but I am actually very smart. And you will see how I question you. So this is what he is saying. He says, Swasyati kovidatva mukti vachitram eva dyoti. So my expertise you will know from my words. Because a fool is also recognized by what he says. Right? Therefore the good quality of a fool is to keep quiet. That is his good characteristic. So Krishna speaks. Also Krishna says, well, look Dad, you are old. So we never know when you can die. And once you die, I have to take over. So you better teach me now. What if you are not there next year? Then I will not know how to do it. So better explain to me. He is preparing to take over. So sarvaiva atmana atmatulya yesham tesham. So sarvatma means those who think of everyone like themselves. Therefore they do not make this distinction like ateva ayam so antaranga ayam paro bahiranga. That this person is belonging to our internal group, that person does not belong, he is external. Iti na vidyate drishti tesham. So they do not have this kind of vision. Ateva tad bheda amitra udasina vidvesha na santi iti. Therefore they do not have this distinction that this is friend, this is enemy, this is indifferent. So then Nanda Maharaj says, Grihastha vayam evam bhuta sadhavo bhavitum na shaknuma iti chet. Says, look boy, we are grihasthas and we are not sadhus like this. So it is not possible for us to make this kind of distinction. Because I am the king of the cowherd, if I don't make distinction, then how will I rule? King has to make distinction who is good, who is bad, who is following, who is not following, who should be punished, who should be rewarded, who should be controlled, all this. So we have to do that. So tadapi mai etad gopaitum na yujyate. So then Krishna says, well, even then you should not hide from me. Why? Because I am not your enemy. I am also not indifferent. So even if you make distinction, then you should not tell the secret to enemy. Don't tell the secret to indifferent person. But one who is your Sruhit, should tell him. And I am not a Sruhit, I am your son. So if you are not going to tell me, whom are you going to tell? Then tell to mom, I will ask her. She will tell me. So if you don't tell me, tell to her. I will know from her. So therefore he says that udasina arivat. Tulya arthak vati pratyayena arina tulya udasina. So here vat pratyaya, vat is also used, comes from matup. Means like you say shaktimat, shaktiman. So here this is not in that sense. This is not a matup pratyaya, it is a vati pratyaya, which is used in the sense of equal. So arivat. Arivat means is equal to an enemy. So tulya udasino varjya. Therefore udasin person, the indifferent person, should be avoided like an enemy. Ari sadharmyam cha asya arimitrattvena apachikirshapattva apakara vastuttvadigeyam. So why is saying that indifferent person is compared like to an enemy? So he says because he is indifferent, he may help the enemy, but he will never do harm to the enemy. Because one who is indifferent means he is a normal person, so he is not going to harm, but he can help him. So one who helps the enemy is an enemy. Friend of enemy is also enemy. So that's why it is problematic. So he can do upkar to him, but he will not do upkar because why should he do harm to him? He has no reason. But welfare you can always do to anybody if you are a good-hearted person. So that's why he should be avoided. Ateva yo vipaksha sruhit paksha satatastho nigadyate. Iti Ujjwal Nilmanau Tallakshnam Drishtam. Therefore, in Ujjwal Nilmani, Sri Rupa Goswami has given the characteristic or definition of a person who is called Tatastha or indifferent. That one who is friendly with the Vipaksha. Of course, there he is talking about the gopis. There are Vipaksha gopis and Sapaksha gopis and Tatastha gopis. So there he is talking. So one who is friendly with the Vipaksha, here it means enemy, so that is called Tatastha. So that should be avoided because he can go and tell the secret. If this Tatastha person hears something, he can tell because he is friends with him. Yastu dasino narina tulyo napi surida tulya satu na varjyo napi upade. So now he is making a distinction between Tatastha and Udasina. So Tatastha means who is neither this way nor that way. But he can be. He can do good to the enemy. That is called tatastha. Udasina means who is above. Ut means above, asina means situated. Right? Who is sitting up. Udasin literally means who is sitting up, whose seat is up, both above friend and enemy. So that is not to be treated like an enemy. That's the distinction he makes between tatastha and udasina. It's like Jiva is called tatastha Shakti because it is under the influence of Maya. It can also go under the influence of Antaranga Shakti. So it can. But udasin will remain like Brahmavadi. It's not influenced. So satu na varjyo napi upade. He should not be given up, nor is he of any benefit friendly. Swakritya su iti atayeva sana uttankita. So he is of no benefit, therefore he is not being stated here. Shruhida atma mitratvad atmavad vishwasya iti artha. And who is Shruhit? Shruhit means who is reliable like your own self. It's like you don't cheat yourself. So like that Shruhit means he has a heart like you. He is in one in heart with you. So he is reliable. So Vishwasya. And aham tu putra, but I am your son. Shruhida sakashadapi antranga. I am your son, I am even better than a Shruhit. Shruhit means bosom friend. Because I am so close to you. So you should reveal to me what is all this about. So we will stop here if there is any question to ask. No question, then we do our Harinam. Yes. Speak.
Babaji,
Yeah.
it looks like these were all the characteristics of the Madhyamadhikari. So basically you see the difference between this.
Which one?
And that's what he's emphasizing. You be friendly with your like-minded, and then those who are tatastha, you stay away from them and things. Those are the four characteristics which is described for Madhyamadhikari.
Yeah, Ishvara tadadhineshu बालेषु च दुसत्सु च प्रेम मैत्री कृपा उपेक्षा या करोति समध्यमा. This is in Bhāgavatam. Yeah, it is like that. Because in the material world, if you have to deal, you have to be like that. Otherwise, people will take advantage of you. And then you are in trouble. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay.